Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Black Cats TV. It's just finished the game at Sheffield Wednesday. We've won 2-1. Back to winning ways after some difficult couple of weeks, shall we say? Difficult to take as Sunderland fans. But yeah, we've come through this test. We won 2-1. 2 goals from Eliza Mayenda, either side of a Patterson goal. Sheffield Wednesday Patterson, not Anthony Patterson goal for Sheffield Wednesday. So we've done it. Closed the gap a little bit. I know Burnley won't have a game this weekend with the FA Cup. We've got Sheffield United are away at QPR, and we've got Leeds at home to West Brom. So we'll have to see what we do. But the main thing is we've done our job. I thought we didn't start off necessarily that well. It took us a long time to wake up. I think our goal actually sparked a bit of life into the team, really. Lovely ball forward from Mayenda, missed by the defender, who in some sort of collision between Mayenda and the keeper has had to go off with a concussion or concussion sort of check or protocols anyway. But Mayenda got onto the ball and managed to just, with his right foot, just sort of force the ball past the keeper is probably the best way of saying it there. Ran over to Regisson Proctor to celebrate his goal as well. It's what I was saying in the previews that we've been doing in reviews recently. I don't know why Mayenda doesn't start more games for us. He contributes every time he plays for us. I don't know what that puts him on now. Goals and assists, I'd imagine you're in double figures at this point for him as well. And what was that, 4 goals this season against Sheffield Wednesday as well. And then we sort of picked up a bit first half after the goal, but went in the break 1-0 up. A couple of minutes into the second half, it looked like Sunderland had come back out and just gone, right, lads, 1-0. And after a few minutes, the inevitable happened. We were pissing about. It's probably the best way of saying it in defence. A couple of a scare with the first one, and then the second one, they punished us, dinked the ball in for Patterson to head it easily. Patterson, the goalkeeper, did move out of his goal a little bit as if he was going in to catch the cross, but the striker Patterson managed to get there first and just head it into the unguarded net. So it looked like great. All our work, if you call it that, in the first half hadn't quite sort of held on, and it was 3 minutes in. We rode a bit of a spell then from Sheffield Wednesday, and then we just seemed to sort of grow a bit more into the game as well. And then the second goal, absolute beauty. So beautiful ball in from Hume, and then Mayenda with a lovely header, almost diving header at the sort of near far post into the near corner, past and celebrating in the Sunderland fans. Got carded, of course, for celebrating with the fans into the crowd, and gave the ref a lovely little thumbs up to say cheers for me card. I don't think he actually went into the crowd, though. I think he just leant against the advertising board. I think Mayenda has to be the man of the match. 2 goals in the game. I think he had the most shots on target, most clear-cut chances, most efforts on goal, most touches in an opposition penalty area out of any players. So easily my man of the match as well. Luke O'Nien brought up his 300th game for Sunderland in playing it as well. I thought he was all right in defence. Mayenda in at left back was an interesting one. First half, I kept thinking he was too far in, if that makes sense. He was almost playing as like a left centre-back, and it left us exposed a couple of times when Sheffield Wednesday were getting in down the right-hand side. Thankfully, it didn't come to anything. But when we were trying to see out the game later on and we were making changes, they brought on Sirkin and shifted Mayenda into an actual centre-back's position, and we did go to a back 5 briefly. So clearly, I think he was more comfortable in that one. So he was... It wasn't vintage. It wasn't anything like when we see Sirkin or Elise at left back. So, but we got the job done with Mayenda, and his record goes on of being involved in games when Sunderland win points. Brown, I thought, showed why he is our sort of experienced player. I thought he was trying to really force Sunderland into the high press that we saw at the start of the season. I think he was really sort of trying to get that one done. Maybe not as technically gifted as when Job's on it or Riggs on it or even Neil's on it, but he was certainly helping out the team and trying to organise them on the front as well. Thought Roberts had an all right game. I wouldn't say, it was amazing or anything. There was a chance in the second half he created for Job, which I think is arguably one of the best things he's done in the last few games, where he didn't take anybody on. He just gave himself half a yard and just slid the ball in straight away to Job's path. Didn't try and do anything too fancy with it. And it was a bit like, sometimes that's what it needs, just a simple ball in, or a simple ball into somebody's feet or into somebody's path, rather than what we've seen from him, where it feels like he's sometimes trying to force things to happen, and it just obviously it hasn't worked out for him as well so far. Still doing well on the goal contributions, I will say, but obviously not as good as Mayenda. Mundell was kept fairly quiet. Every time he got the ball, they doubled up on him, forcing him down the line every single time. I think the midfield too, Neil, I thought was all right. A couple of wayward passes at one point there, but did well to retain the ball as well. Sometimes quiet game for Bellingham, I thought. So I don't know if that was him trying to be careful if he was on his, I think the rumours were he's on his 9th yellow card and could be suspended if he gets another, or maybe he's carrying a bit of a knock still. Don't know. Meppin was great at the back, apart from he was sold a bit short by Brown for their goal, so he had to go out and try and challenge for it, didn't get it, which led to them having a bit of an overload and scoring. But main thing is, we've won. We move on to, I don't know what the next game is at this point there. It's past my bedtime at this point. So we'll move on to whatever the next game is as well. In talking of the predictions, we had a good few people actually join our leaderboard so far. So if I look onto my setup here, so we have Gwen Hartley and Kai Young. I'm going to call you Kai Young because you've got numbers in the middle of your username as well. They obviously got the Luton game right, 2-0. But in our preview video, we had Alex Dixon say 2-1. We had Lee say 2-1. And then on the live stream as well, we had Coffee Goblin and Brian Scotia Mackham also say 2-1. So we've had quite a few people join the one. Mike apparently said 2-1 as well, but I'm going to have to check the VAR on that one, because it's unlike Mike to only say a singular goal in a game, really. But 3 points. We move on. We're safely inside the playoffs as well. We'll keep an eye on what Leeds and West Brom get up to tomorrow for the early kickoff. But keep your eye out on the channel. We'll have some more videos out this week for you, and we'll be preparing for whatever game is next. Also, if you want to get your hands on one of these T-shirts, you can enter in by number of ways. There's a shop where you can go and buy one. If you want to win one, just simply on our preview videos or on our live streams, just put your score in before kickoff. And you'll be in with a chance of winning some great prizes at the end of the season. So thanks for tuning in. Let me know what you thought of the game as well, and thought about Mayenda's absolutely amazing performance for us. And we'll see you in the next video. Take care now.